In this video, I'm going to show you how to add non-invasive services that don't require a consent form. So to access our services, we're going to go to Settings and find the Services page, which is right here. And we've got 3 tabs in here. We've got Services, Products, which we'll get into in another video, and Categories. By default, we've got a few categories built in. We also have a couple of services built in. Tattoo and piercing are here by default out of the box in Tattoo Studio Pro. We added the laser removal service in a different tutorial video, so you can see the adding services and custom forms video to see how we did that. But for now, we're going to add a non-invasive service. So let's say, for example, you may offer haircuts, and we want to add a service that does not require a consent form, like a haircut, for example. The first thing we're going to want to do is go to the Categories tab, and we're going to add a category. So right now we don't have a category that fits the bill for this service, which is haircuts. So let's add a category for barber services. So I'm going to add a category for barber. It is a service category, not a product category. And I'm just going to call this barber as the ID. The ID can be anything. When we get to products, the ID would be something like a SKU number or some kind of an identifier. Under service, you can just call them whatever you want. I just tend to call them, label them with an ID the same as the name. Then we hit save. And now in our list of service categories, we have a barber category. We can edit these categories if we typed it wrong or made a mistake, or maybe even checked the wrong category there. But that's how you do that. You can also remove them with the trash can. So now that we have our barber category, let's go edit our services by clicking on the Services tab, and then we're going to add a new service. And this is a service, and we can enable or disable this service using this box here, depending on whether we have staff currently that can perform this service in-house or not. So you don't have to remove the service from the system. You can just disable it temporarily. So let's say we're going to offer a haircut. And this drop-down list here is for a form. We don't require a form because a haircut is a non-invasive service, and we don't need a consent form for that. But if it was an invasive service that required a consent form, we could connect a form to this service using that. The category is going to be our barber category, and the ID for this is going to be haircut. And we can set a default price, say $25. It's a flat rate. You can choose whether it's taxable or not. I'm going to go with non-taxable on services and click Save. Now we have haircut as an option in our services that we offer. So if we head back to the studio page and we hit New Client, you won't see haircut listed here in the services because we don't require a consent form for that particular service. But where you will see it is if we go to the queue, and these would be consent form customers. So these would be anybody who's got a consent form. If we want to check somebody out for a haircut, we can just click the quick sale button. We can search for the client, select the client, and then we can add the service by clicking this button here, search products or services, and we've got a haircut right here, and then we would add it, and now we've got the line item for the checkout ticket here, and you can see that our default price of $25 has been filled in. We can select the staff member who's doing that service. We can add any notes just like we can with a tattoo or piercing checkout, and then we just hit checkout, select our payment method, add a tip, and we've got our total here of $35, and submit the payment, and we're done.